And it's pretty remarkable, the results that they were getting. It's a breakthrough therapy where 2/3 of the people in the placebo-controlled double-blind clinical trial actually showed considerable improvement. And that's the great tragedy of psychedelics, is that they seem to be really useful for tons of therapeutic interventions, whether it be depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, end-of-life issues. In fact, there's an annual conference I'm going to be going to. Let me show you. It's called MAPS. Here we go. And actually, it's going to be in Denver this time around. So if you guys want to go to MAPS with me, I will be there. Let me go ahead and bring it up for you. There we go. And basically, MAPS is a kind of a organization. Let's see here. It's June 19th to 23rd. And it's a multidisciplinary association for psychedelic studies. And they look at the medical side of the use of psychedelics. And they have all these great studies at Yale and Johns Hopkins and other places, and all the good practitioners there. And they talk about everything from psilocybin, which is the mushroom stuff, to mescaline, which is in San Pedro or peyote, to synthetic drugs like MDMA or LSD, and how you can use these in a therapeutic setting to be able to resolve an issue that a person has. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, right here. What do you think about psilocybin for psychotherapy? It makes a lot of sense. The theory behind it is that your brain can process certain events that happen to you. Some people, they have a hard time clearing the queue. So you get raped, you get blown up, your parents get murdered, you get abused as a child, you get attacked, you're the victim of X, Y, and Z, you develop cancer, you discover suddenly you only have 3 months to live. Whatever it might be, normal brains have a hard time absorbing that reality, dealing and clearing it to a point where you return to the state of mind before you were there. All these psychedelics, a lot of them reset what's called the default mode network, and they seem to have this ability to push things through the queue, so that working with a therapist, basically you can clear the house out, and while you have memory of that event, it no longer is in a stuck state where it continues to corrode and cause harm to the patient. Everybody who's used these substances reports similar experiences in that when they work, they're transformative in 3 dimensions. One, they're transformative in that they actually cure the underlying condition. 2, they're transformative in that usually they cure it in a much shorter period of time when used appropriately than alternative therapies. And 3, you tend not to necessarily need additional doses. So that's why I use the Q concept, because once you've pushed it through, it doesn't magically get back in. You've cleared it. Kind of like a bacterial infection. You take penicillin or something and suddenly it's gone. Now, where it works, doesn't work for everything. And there are certain states that you can't fix. You can't fix, for example, schizophrenia with psychedelics. In fact, it's contraindicated, can potentially cause a lot of harm. So it's an understudied area because there was a renaissance in the 40s and 50s and 60s when they were still legal, with people studying them and lots of papers. It went into a dark age with rescheduling, and now it's starting to open its way back up, thanks to the hard work of people at MAPS and other places. And we're starting to see good science. And I'm sorry if you're a medical practitioner and you forced these vaccines on the entire world and told us because it went through a phase 3 placebo-controlled clinical trial, it's safe and effective. How then can you look at the phase 3 placebo-controlled clinical trial of MDMA that's published in Nature, not exactly a lightweight journal, and that shows breakthrough therapy, and say that's not sufficient evidence for rescheduling of a drug that's been around for a very long time? Let's be honest about it. That's the problem with psychedelics, is no one is honest about it.